Good evening. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen, and your host is Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Now, tonight, it's a really interesting title. It's a little bit of a continuation on what we were talking about last night. But before I get into that, for anyone who might be out there joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. If you don't say something, there's no way for me to know you're here. So just be sure, for anyone who's joining us for the very first time, know that there's no charge for the first reading, and going forward after that, it's just $10 per reading, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month. Now, I feel like that's a pretty sweet deal since we run 3 shows per week, or yeah. So tonight's title, Superpowers, really, and I say this with every one of my astrology readings that I give, every one of us has psychic ability. It's just a matter of recognizing that and training that. And these superpowers, I'm studying in this Yoga Sutra book, it's really handy. It talks about these cities or accomplishments that come as a result of practicing yoga. And basically it's a combination of concentration and meditation, which bring about these so-called superpowers, right? Anyway, with more on that is Christopher. He's got some wonderful things to share with you this evening. Again, sort of continuing from what was said last night. So thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
Happy Monday, everybody. Great to have you here. Let me see that book. I'll show them the book.
Yeah.
They can order it. Yeah. So if you'd like to order this book, it's called The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And you might want to take a picture of it if you want to. So, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Everybody got that? And Ken can put it in the chat too. Thank you. So, I'll go ahead and light the incense for you. And this is to bless you all with cognitive restructuring. Because we've been taught that maybe we're just ordinary, or maybe we're subnormal, or Abby normal. Is Abby and Marilyn on here?
They are.
Okay. So, Abby, I was just, that Young Frankenstein movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. AB normal. If you think that you're anywhere where you think that you're normal, are you willing to let go of that now? There is no normal. There is no such thing. It doesn't exist. And this show is about spiritual restructuring, but also cognitive restructuring to really know what your superpowers are. Last night, I had to look up this term. We were talking about this with education, and if we get answers wrong, we can think that we're not smart. Or if we're told we're wrong, we can think we're not smart, especially if we grow up in an environment like this. But the actual scientific term, is called learned helplessness. Learned helplessness. Let me give you an example. In emotionally abusive relationships, the victim often learns or develops learned helplessness. Now, this occurs when the victim confronts or tries to leave the abuser, only to have the abuser dismiss or trivialize the victim's feelings, pretend to care, but not change, or impede the victim from leaving. As the situation occurs or continues to occur, and the abuse gets worse, the victim will begin to give up and show signs of learned helplessness. So this is like results in like traumatic bonding, like you've heard of Stockholm syndrome or battered woman syndrome, but it can happen with a man as well. So this is an example of learned helplessness. Now, to switch that around, if you guys have pen and paper, in fact, Kenan, could you write this on this paper and I'll put it under the camera so people can take a picture of it? No matter what happens, no matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. No matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. No matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. So I'm going to have Kenan write that down and I'll put it underneath the camera here so you guys can take a picture of it. If you don't have a pen and piece of paper, you can take a picture of it with your phone so that you have it. Because I would highly suggest that putting that on your computer screen, on your television, on your bathroom mirror, bedroom ceiling, refrigerator, anywhere. Put that note anywhere. Because if helplessness can be learned, it can be unlearned, rerouting it. And just even doing this exercise, I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful, it will help to reroute the brain around any of those areas. I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful. So,
Give the group card?
yeah,
There you go.
we'll do the group card and then give me the note when you're ready, okay? And this goes into the group card, which is goes in with the superpower. Kenan came up with the title tonight. We'll talk about your superpowers tonight. This card, if you look at it, it's called the Emerald Tablet Activation. The Emerald Tablet is thousands of years old. It was actually said to originate with Thoth before Egypt, when Thoth was in Atlantis. And he was said to have written these emerald tablets to help and direct mankind. One of the main teachings that comes from the Emerald Tablet that is still true today is the term as above, so below. Or as below, so above. But as above, so below connects us to the source. Okay. Okay, so let's try to put this underneath. Okay. Oh. Okay, so no matter what happens, no matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. I actually need it on one piece of paper. It's not fitting on the screen.
Oh, okay, hang on.
No matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. Okay, yeah. We'll get that up in a minute. But the Emerald Tablet is about consciousness. And consciously manifesting. This is why I know this sounds really simple, but I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful. Helps to reroute and reorganize that learned helplessness. Because none of us are helpless. We're extremely powerful. And what if that helplessness was taught to us by a wicked witch or by a wizard. You know, we've all watched pretty much any story. Any antagonist that's in a story is trying to downplay and thwart the protagonist, the hero of the story. Is it any different in real life? No, not really. So that's the point of this, is connecting you to source to know really how powerful you are. Okay? There you go. All right, see if you can take a picture of this. No matter what happens, only good will come from it because I say so. This is to remember the gifts that you were given, even the gifts that have accumulated over previous lifetimes. Are you willing to look at the depth and breadth of life? It is sometimes beyond our grasp. It's like, any of you have seen the Grand Canyon. You can't really describe it to anyone. It's beyond but broaden your mind. Everyone on the show, I send you this energy to broaden your mind, to have this cognitive restructuring going on so that you understand that you have great power within. And this is the time to really manifest what it is that you want. Even if you don't know that you want it. This is a time to manifest what is in your best and highest. And what is in alignment with your best interests. So it's beyond thought. You may think that you want something or need something. But what if it's something greater? Are you willing to be open to that? And are you willing to stop creating things to prove your learned helplessness? Oh, see, that didn't work. Oh, see, that didn't work. Oh, see, that didn't work. What you're doing is empowering those neurons in the brain to keep traveling that same road about learned helplessness, learned helplessness, learned helplessness. People, you are powerful. I know every one of you. So that's what we're going to be doing a lot of the reading around tonight, is about your power. And then I hope after the show and tomorrow and in the days ahead, I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. And being able to give you the opportunity to grow even when moments are very unsettling. There's a pony underneath all that horse crap. Something's got to be creating that. What is the gift there? What is the gift? For you to create these positive opportunities for yourself. Okay. No matter what happens, only good is going to come of it. Because I say so. That's the thing that Ken has shared with me. So I think John's on first, right?
You got it.
Okay. All right, here we go, John. I can't make this up. I swear this was the first card that fell out. It's the power card. Universe, show me now my power. Universe, show me now my power. John, I'm going to ask you to kind of use that as a mantra. Universe, show me now my power. And this goes out to every one of you. Universe, show me now my power that is beyond my present level of thinking. Universe, show me now my power beyond my present level of thinking. So there are fire ceremonies that you can do. You can use a coffee can out in the yard. And symbolically, when you build this fire, put in that fire anything and everything that no longer serves you. And you can do it with your imagination. You can even build a fire in your imagination. Build it and throw whatever is no longer needed. Let the universe sort it. Let your higher level thinking sort it. Let your source sort it of what you don't need. This is very symbolic, John, of you moving into the house and throwing things away, moving things out that aren't yours. It's very, very symbolic of what's happening in the outer world, as above, so below. These other things that no longer serve you, or your old way of thinking isn't serving you. You simply need to be willing to give them up, because in a way, we've all learned helplessness in some way, shape, or form. So anywhere, if you build a fire in your head, okay, campfire, however you see it, take a minute to throw everything in there that no longer serves you around learned helplessness. And then roast some marshmallows, even if they're imaginary. Make some s'mores. Okay. Okay, Diane. Anywhere, Diane, where you have set up a idea of perfection, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that right now? Because again, this is a form of learned helplessness. When you set the level so high, the bar so far that there's no way of reaching it, and then you create this learned helplessness, this forever sinner, this one who has to take on other sins and all of that. This is being perfect the way you are right now. And be free of, are you willing to let go of trying to make other people's lives perfect? There's probably every one of us on the show that has an ideal of perfection, especially when it comes to other people or our families. So we kind of talked about this today on the phone. Letting go and seeing the situation as perfect the way it is right now. And perfect the way you are right now. For instance, religion teaches that we're continually sinning. We're continually sinning. And even though Christ forgave us, you're still a sinner. What? How? What does? What? How? What? How do you? What? I don't. Anyway, what? Marilyn, I think you're laughing, but or anywhere where you've needed to be the perfect daughter, or the perfect wife, or the perfect mother, Are you willing to let go of that? Good. Okay. Who's next?
Laurel.
Hey, Laurel. Happy Monday, my dear. So glad you're here. Okay. One of your superpowers, Laurel, is your frequency. And I'm not talking just about your voice. I'm talking about when you get dressed in the morning, you pick out what you're going to wear. By the way, you're a really fabulous dresser. You got some good stuff. Take 5 minutes, and I'm going to encourage everyone to do this. Take 5 minutes. You go take a shower. You put your makeup on. You put your clothes on. Take a minute or two to groom your field, to groom your energetic field. Pick out any stray hairs, any lint. Clean out that energy field and look at and watch it expand. This is your energy field because people of a high vibration have to pay way more attention to it. So you spend hours doing your hair, or you spend $200 or $300 getting your hair done, and then you go out in the rain. No, I don't think so. No. You'll get an umbrella. You'll something to protect that hair, right, Laurel? This is where be free of assuming that all people have good intentions. This is trusting your gut and clearing out the interference. So your vibration, your manifesting is going to grow. And what if universe, show me now my full power beyond my present thinking. This is what I gave to John. This is what I'm going to give to you as well and to everybody on the show. Universe, show me now. So this is your vibration, and you're going to start noticing how it affects people. Some people will be drawn toward it, and it will change them. Other people will be repelled by it because they're not ready, nor are they willing to change. And this is then clearing out your energetic field every night and every morning. Before you go to bed, even while you're laying in bed, check into your energetic field, clear it out. Clear it out. Because it may not be somebody that you ran into that day, but it's somebody that could be projecting on you. Especially if you're performing in front of groups of people. Set your intention before you go on that stage, Laurel, to have the vibration clean, but to set up those barriers around any projectiles that may come your way. And I'm talking about thought patterns, thought energies that are coming your way. And it could be that that person's really having a bad day. You're so sensitive, you could be picking up on them. So this is like clearing the interference. It's like you do a sound check, right? Before you perform, you do a sound check, you do an energy check, you do an interference check. Okay, I think you got it. All right, who's next?
Marilyn Pitts.
Hey, Marilyn Pitts. Okay. You got 2 cards. This is really, it's a little unusual, but oh my gosh. I'm reading for Marilyn Pitts. You know it's going to be unusual. You got the abundance card, Marilyn. Then you got the death card. You have an abundance of people, more so than most of us do, because of the work that you did for 30 years. You helped those people cross over, and they are grateful for that. You helped their families understand. Your energy field soothed those that were dying. Your energy field soothed and soothes those that are still on this side. Okay? So if you want something, you talk to those who've crossed over. And you have an abundance of those think of yourself as a talent scout for Hollywood. And so, you're a normal, like, do you remember before we had cell phones, right? We had our little black books with everyone's phone number in it. Well, yours is very thick as far as those that you've helped to cross over. So your superpower is to communicate and show me what it is that you guides. You can call them guides. You can call them loved ones, because they really are loved ones, even though you may not have known them very well. But they love you. So you can call them loved ones. They love you. This is helping you with anything that you need. Remember to call them. Remember to ask them for help. It's one of your superpowers to communicate with those on the other side. Okay. Who's next?
We've got Abby and Marilyn.
And it's true, Marilyn, there are a lot around you, and you have to do crowd control sometimes, but that's okay. They will leave. It's not like they're sucking you dry or anything. Just tell them to leave. They're loved ones. And so if one of your family members comes over and you say, you know what, I really have a headache, they'll leave. Same thing with the other side. But in repairing relationships, like with some of your family, put them on that task. Okay? All right. Okay, Marilyn and Abby. So Marilyn, excuse me. I can go into about an hour and a half right now. But look up the number 3. Spiritual Meaning of the spiritual meaning of number 3. Can you look up Kenan bronze or brass? Copper. It's copper. It's copper, Marilyn. Do you have a copper bracelet? Could you look up the spiritual meaning of copper? There's something, you're needing copper, Marilyn. Like, I'm not talking about the coppers from the 30s, okay? I'm not talking about the coppers from the 40s and yeah, not that kind of copper. But it's the metal copper. And physically, what does the metal copper do? As well as spiritually. So your superpower, Marilyn, we talked about this with being able to see past lives. We touched on that this past weekend, but there's something also with the word of alchemy. Okay? So it's the sacred energy of the sun and the power of the soul. It's a power, it enhances communication and creativity. It's a metal that promotes healing, balance, cleansing within the body and the environment. It's a metal that helps us to ground spiritual energy and to protect the negative influences. It's a sacred metal with the energy of the sun, the power of the soul. It's a powerful conductor of energy that amplifies thoughts, intentions, and intuition. It's a metal of love and spiritual connection that enhances communication and creativity. It's a metal that promotes healing, balance, cleansing within the body and the environment. It's a metal that helps to ground spiritual energy and to protect from negative influences. Wow. Okay, there you go with copper. So that's going to help you so alchemy, you also want to look up the word alchemy and the meaning of alchemy, but it's like a blending together. So people want to look at their past lives for entertainment. Ooh, what was I? Was I Cleopatra? Probably not. And they just find it like entertaining. But like we talked about in last night's show, it's more than just being entertaining. It's like, how does the alchemy of that fit into this lifetime? What are the lessons? And you'll be able to see or understand that as to what were those lessons back then that are carried over here. And it's going to take you a minute, but copper will help you. So look at just even getting a copper bracelet. Okay, my dear Abby. Saint Ken, could you look up the saint over animals? There's a saint coming through. I know it's on the tip of my tongue. Abby. Francis of Assisi. Saint Francis of Assisi. Your superpowers is with animals. One of them. One of your superpowers. And understand this is like saying one of your senses is smelling. Well, you have many other senses. This is one of your superpowers that I'm talking about tonight. But it's definitely with animals. For instance, if you're having problems with mosquitoes, you tell them in no uncertain terms, don't come within a 20-foot radius. Abby. You have a communication, obviously, with dogs, but with all types of animals. Expand your horizon with one of these gifts of communicating with these other beings. When you understand this power with communicating with these other with animals and with other beings, it will help you to better understand with communicating with people's oversouls or with their higher selves. Do you understand? It's expanding your awareness. That's where I get this expanding ring around your awareness. It's continually expanding. But this is your charisma. But it's very much so with animals. Okay, who's next?
It's Teresa.
Hey, Teresa. Thanks for being here. Well, Teresa, I could say you must have been a matchmaker in your previous life. One of your gifts is to help people, one of your superpowers is to help people love themselves. Because you have come so far in loving yourself. You can speak that language now. You can help repair people's hearts. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally. It's like you're a Mary Poppins. And you can give people insight. That is definitely a superpower. It doesn't mean you put up with bad behavior, Teresa. Just because your kids get cranky doesn't mean they don't love you. They're just dealing with something. But your love eventually breaks through that. It's a huge gift. Okay. Anyone else on with Teresa tonight?
I don't know for sure. Mason's probably there.
Okay, we'll pull a card for Mason. Okay. So Mason, No matter what happens, only good will come because I say so. So any bullies that you ever run into, Mason, it's you don't have to deal with them. They're hurting inside, or they come from a home where they've been hurt. This has nothing to do with you. But you'll always be given a way around it where you don't have to deal with that. So you tell an adult, you tell somebody that can help you. Don't keep it quiet, because there will be always somebody there that will listen. Okay? Okay, now we got
Cat and Geo, Edna and Doreen.
Cat and Geo, Edna and Doreen. Okay, Cat and Geo, here we go. Well, Jared. Hang on. So, Kat, it's safe for you to give appropriately of yourself, to actually do things out of love without expecting love to come back in a certain way, free of expectation. You're creating in this spa this place where people can show love for themselves by going to get a massage, by going to treat themselves nicely. But so this is very similar to Teresa's, but you're in your power. And your superpower will come into clarity when you're moving your energy from your head into your heart. It's not that you're not smart. But anywhere where you were shown love, or anywhere where you showed love when you were younger and you were shut down, that in a way has been what we call learned helplessness, where it really wasn't safe for you to really completely abandon your head and go right into your heart because it was shut down. This is just loving completely, unconditionally. That is a huge superpower. Loving unconditionally, free of judgment. And that's moving. That is an incredible superpower right now because you were yeah. Did I explain that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And anywhere where you were loved conditionally, are you willing to let that go? Because your perfection, your power is in this loving unconditionally and allowing unconditional love in and letting go completely of conditional love. Woo! Okay, that was a good one. All right, Jared. Someone asked that question to every one of us. Are we willing to let go of any conditioned love or thinking that love is conditioned? Or love is conditional? There. New York City. This is New York City and Miami. I know it's the tower card. This is big changes. But this is more about traveling to New York and or Miami. Or doing business there or meeting people from there that will help you with your business. Universe, show me now how to think bigger. You know, I applaud you, Jared, for becoming a doctor with the I don't know. I won't share this unless you give me permission to. But what we talked about, like in your last reading, with the conditions that you had when you were growing up, and you just discovered, you were still able to accomplish that. And I love that no matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. You overcame those obstacles to become a doctor, and that was not easy. So that is you're like a living representation of what we're talking about tonight, are these superpowers. Okay? Oh my God. So he's going to New York and Florida next April and June. You gotta love spirit. Don't you love it, Kat? I just freaking love it. So that's going to build your businesses, and it will. But the superpowers, like these connections you're making, Jared. You're like this giant spider. You know, you're like this giant spider that's built this huge web, and it's attracting all the right people at the right time. So fantastic. That is so fantastic. Okay, who's next?
Awesome. We have Edna
And then Doreen. Hey, Doreen. Okay. So we got my dear Edna. Okay. So Edna, I see you dating an acrobat. What this is saying is all of your sacrifices are being rewarded. And anywhere, and I'll repeat this again, anywhere where you've been taught that love was conditional, depending on behavior or what mood you're in, or blah, 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 are you willing to let that go? And this is all of your sacrifices being rewarded. Open for the reward. Say yes, yes, yes. Easier work schedule, better pay, money coming in, just flowing. You're just, what do they call this card, Kenan? What do they call that in yoga? The
silks, you mean?
the silks, yeah. What kind of yoga do they call that?
Ariel?
Aerial yoga. Yeah, they call it aerial yoga. This is just going with the flow. It's absolutely life being easier and easier, and smoothing over the roads, all those bumpy roads in your head. This is like going with flow. This is like life becoming just flowing. I love it. Okay, my dear Doreen. Here we go. Oh, and I just posted on Facebook, I reposted Doreen's post about her Christmas candy. Amazing. So if you guys check my Facebook and you're needing Christmas candy, she's the bomb. Oh gosh, Doreen, I'm not sure what this means. Give me just a minute. Oh, it's secure abundance. I love this. Thank you for being the last on the show tonight. What a great message for all of us. Anywhere where we have lacked security, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in money, whether it's in creativity, are we willing to let go of that? All of that insecurity. And let go of learned helplessness and step into this secure abundance. I deserve security. I am secure. And then your life begins to build a whole new infrastructure around this security around the abundance. That's how powerful this is. Also, Doreen, go shopping for that little red dress. This is knowing how beautiful you are, inside and out. You need a little new red dress number. And I don't know if that is that like a Christmas party you're being invited to, where you're able to network, but there's something with that that's important. Okay. All right. Do we have everybody?
Yeah, Ashley Walsh was on a second ago too.
Ashley, are you still on?
Yeah, she was curious about private reading, but
Okay.
oh, Jeff Reynolds is back too.
Oh, Jeff Reynolds. Hey, Jeff. Good. All right, we'll pull a card here for you, Jeff. This is unquestioned confidence. Energy goes where attention flows, Jeff. If there's doubt, stop sending energy down that pipeline. This is unquestioned confidence. Knowing what is the best for you. And strengthening that part of the gut. That's why they have Pilates. I mean, you can do weights, you can do chest, you can do arms, back, but it's the gut for you that is really important. This is strengthening your gut, sending energy to your gut, trusting your gut. Be free of self-doubt. I now easily and comfortably release all self-doubt and trust the universe that will help you make the best decision for you. You are on the right path. Absolutely, you're on the right path. This is getting out and walking more, stretching more, yoga. This is opening the heart, stretching. It's yoga, it's Pilates, it's core strength, building your core strength, literally, and spiritually and mentally and emotionally. Okay, and then we have.
That's everybody.
Is Ashley still here?
I don't think so, but if you want to pull a card for you.
Ashley, you still here? Well, I'll pull a card for you anyway. Okay. So 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference. If you believe it's a difficult decision, it will continue to be a difficult decision. But if you're standing at 2 roads, Ashley, just wait. If there's a bear down one, it will emerge. You will know which path to take. This is, again, getting out of your head and just trusting your gut. And that in no way, shape, or form are you helpless without your grandfather, because he's still around. He's still around you. So this exercise, I'll end with this one. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. And no matter what happens, Ashley, no matter what happens, only good will come of it because I say so. Okay? Everyone, I highly encourage you to make that your mantra. And we'll do this again Wednesday night. Do we have everybody?
I believe so.
Okay. Hope we have everybody. Love you all. We'll see you Wednesday.